What's happening, my people? It's Cat Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Miss Cass, hashtag JBT, Crush the Legend. Mike Mazik, Just Do Boxing. Salute to everyone and welcome to another episode of Cat Sports, The Box Storian. Today, the junior lightweight division in boxing. And you know what time it is. If it's Monday through Friday, 2 o'clock, or maybe 2:30 like today, it's The Box Storian, bringing you all that boxing history. Boxing is the greatest sport of them all. That's why we love it. Can't get enough of it. How's everyone today? This is the Tuesday afternoon edition Upcast Sports the Box Historian. Still early in the week. We're going to be talking about the lightweight division today. Pardon my tardiness. Hectic morning. Just got in. But we're going to get it done. We just won't have any highlights of boxing history today, that's all. We're going to get right into it. The lightweight division, junior lightweight division today. We're going to talk about a little history of junior lightweight. We're going to talk about some of the all-time greats from the division. And we're going to talk about the top 10 currently active fighters at junior lightweight. You know, like Lamont Roach and O'Shaquie, Manuel Navarrete, Oscar Valdez, you know, those guys. Joe Cordina, Rawson Conceicao. So let's jump into it. How's everybody today? It's still early in the week. I figured out what tomorrow was too. Remember yesterday I couldn't remember. It's going to be the greatest heavyweight fighter decade by decade. Start like the 1880s all the way up to the 2000s. The greatest heavyweight fighter from each decade. And then we're going to have the best heavyweight fights from each decade. Okay? Let me turn this other light on. Oops. Come on, back into the blinds. Excuse me for 1 second. 5 seconds. Not prepared at all today. But we're going to get prepared. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the junior lightweight division, 130. Junior lightweight, super featherweight, depending on which sanctioning body you're talking about. That's how they come up with, whether they call it junior or super. You know, I don't know which sanctioning bodies call it which, but that's how they decide with whether they're going to say super featherweight or junior lightweight, you know, for all the divisions. But today, junior lightweight / super featherweight. Okay, let's talk about a little history of the 130-pound division today. And also, we got some fights. Some of the good fights that were held at that weight class. Okay? So a little history first. Now, the junior lightweight division, is it 230? It's 240. The junior lightweight division, also known as super featherweight, is a weight division in professional boxing contested between 126 pounds and 130 pounds. Okay? Now, this division was initially created by the New York Walker Law in 1920. Now, however, some records state that it first appeared in Europe around 1914, with Battling Kid Nelson being the first English champion. Nelson lost the title to Benny Berger in 1915. And Artie O'Leary also won the title at junior lightweight in 1917. Okay? Now, some records indicate that Johnny Dundee beat George Cheney at Madison Square Garden on November 11th, 1921 to become the division's first champion. You know, because records back then wasn't always accurate. So it was a couple different people that could have been the first champion. Mike Rim in the building. What's up, Mike? You didn't miss anything because we just started like 2 minutes ago. Just going over a little bit of history in the junior lightweight division first. Yeah, some records indicate that Johnny Dundee was the first champion. He beat George Cheney at the Garden, November 11th, 1921 to become the division's champion. Now, this weight class appeared in two distinct historical periods, from 1921 to 1933, and then it disappeared for a while and returned between 1960 to the present, right? Now, the modern version of the title was officially introduced by the National Boxing Association, the NBA, on July 20th, 1959, when Harold Gomes defeated Paul Jorgensen for the vacant NBA World Super Featherweight title. And remember, the NBA became the WBA in 1962. You know, like I told you many times, because the boxing was becoming more international around that time. So they went from the National Boxing Association to the World Boxing Association, and the other major sanctioning body, the New York State Athletic Commission, was on board for it, right? Okay, so that was 1962 when they switched over. And the first WBC champion at 130 was Gabriel Flash Eladay in 1963, when they came into existence. Then the inaugural IBF champion in the division, 130, was Han Kil-ya in 1984, when they came in. And the first WBO junior lightweight / super featherweight champion was John Molina in 1989. And South African boxer Brian Mitchell, he holds the division's longest title reign with 12 successful defenses. And he's part of the all-time greats we're going to talk about in a few minutes. Brian Mitchell, South African boxer, has the longest reign currently. 12 defenses, 12 successful title defenses, okay? Now, some of the notable fighters to hold championships at 130 were just some of the big names. Brian Mitchell, the longest reigning champion, still currently holds that title. Arturo Gatti, Josh Warrington, Vasily Lomachenko, just some of the champions, past champions at junior lightweight. Flash Eladay, Alexis Arguello, Azuma Nelson, JCC, Julio Cesar Chavez, Diego Corrales, Floyd Mayweather Jr., guess he was pretty boy then, Eric Morales, Marco Antonio Barrera, Acelino Freitas, Juan Manuel Marquez, the Golden Boy Oscar De La Hoya, of course, Rocky Lockwood, and Manny Pacquiao. Those were some of the notable champions in the division. Okay, so now let's get to some of the all-time greats. Then we're going to talk about some of the current guys that's active right now as we speak at junior lightweight. Some of the all-time greats first. There's pictures today. I'm glad I put them in before I left off, because we wouldn't have had them again. Okay, some of the all-time greats from 130, junior lightweight / super featherweight, right? Get back up there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know there's something else I had to do. I am totally unprepared, but we're going to get it. We're going to get it together. Okay. First, some of the all-time greats. Give me a minute, please. There we go. How's everybody today? It's Tuesday. Told you tomorrow we got the greatest heavyweights in boxing history, decade by decade, for each decade, from 1880 all the way up to the 2000s. And then we got some of the greatest heavyweight fights from each decade. Cast Sports bringing you all of that boxing history. Okay. Let's look at some of the top 10 junior lightweights of all time. That's some good ones too. Just no active fighters. We're going to talk about some of the top active ones next, the top 10, and a little bit about them. Okay. And Thursday is North Carolina boxing in the States. And then the Profile Friday is the life and career of the hitman, the second hitman, Ricky Hatton. Okay. He's one of the most popular UK fighters. They traveled to watch Ricky. Yes, they did. Okay, we're going to go from number 10 to number 1. Okay. Okay, I got to find my cursor. Just check up there by the screen. That's where my cursor is usually at. Danilo Hernandez. Some of the top junior lightweights of all time, Genaro Hernandez. How about Genaro? Now, Genaro Hernandez, he won the 130-pound title in 1991 with a stoppage of Daniel Laundress. Let me do something real quick here. I got to get those words bigger than that. I got 4 eyes. I still can't see that. Bear with me for a minute, please. Okay. Nope, not in there. Yeah, we are less than we got the nation's fight week for David versus David. Yeah, already. Who y'all got in that one? I got David Benavidez myself. Should be a good fight though. We've been wanting it and we're getting it. Where's that fight? Is that in Saudi? I'm getting the thing up because I couldn't see those little small letters. Sorry for my tardiness, but better late than never, right? These are the top 10 junior lightweights of all time. Junior lightweight / super featherweight. Give it to you in 1 minute. Just bear with me. We waited all this time. We might as well get it in. We got Just Do Boxing coming up at 4 p.m. The Voice. There we go. Now I got to bring the chat back up. Got to be able to see that. There it is. Oh my goodness, no. Five more seconds, then we'll be ready. There we go. Now I'm ready. Technique in the building. What's up, Technique? We're going to be talking about the junior lightweight division today. We're looking at some of the all-time greats right now. The number 10 was Genaro Hernandez. That ain't no bigger than it was. Now, Hernandez won the 130-pound title in 1991 with a stoppage of Daniel Laundress. 8 defenses would follow before Hernandez dropped his belt to move up and fight Oscar De La Hoya. He didn't get beat, never got beaten for his title. He vacated, went up to fight Oscar, and that was not good. Hernandez was brutally beaten by Oscar. Okay, and Hernandez dropped back to 130. After he got beaten by Oscar, he changed his mind and went back down to 130. And he ended the reign of aging Azuma Nelson. Got his belt back, took it from Azuma Nelson. And he followed that win up with a points wins over Anatoly Alexandrov and Carlos Hernandez. He would lose the title in a defense against an up-and-coming fighter by the name of Floyd Mayweather Jr. Remember that one? Yeah. And I believe that was Genaro's last fight when Floyd beat him for the title. Genaro Hernandez. Some of the top 10 junior lightweights of all time. Next, Rocky Lockridge. There's Rocky. On the right. Rocky Lockridge. There we go. Now, Rocky held the WBA title from 1984 to 1985. He made 3 successful defenses of it. Now, 2 years later, he captured the IBF strap. He defended that belt 3 times. He faced 5 champions during that time. Cornelius Bowser Edwards, Roger Mayweather, Wilfredo Gomez, Julio Cesar Chavez, and Tony Lopez. Those are some big names. He beat the first two, Rosa Edwards and Roger Mayweather. He sensationally knocked out Roger Mayweather in the first round. And Lockridge lost twice, and that was debatable, to Wilfredo Gomez and Julio Cesar Chavez. Many thought he deserved the win over Chavez, and he also beat Harold Knight, Johnny De La Rosa, and Barry Michael before losing two close decisions to Lonnie Lopez at Arco Arena, Sacramento, home of the Kings. Okay. Next is Kid Chocolate. There's the Kid Chocolate. Just some of the top guys at 130 before we get to the current guys. Kid Chocolate, there he is. Now, Kid Chocolate, he captured the title at 130 with a 7th round stoppage of Benny Bass, while continuing to compete against the best in other weight classes at the same time. Now, in defense of his 130-pound crown, Chocolate got by tough Lou Feldman and Hall of Famer Fidel LaBarba, with whom he had a very intriguing rivalry. Yeah, him and LaBarba had some good fights. Now, Chocolate was one of Cuba's greatest fighters, and he should be near the top of any list of the greatest to come from Cuba. Yeah, Kid Chocolate. You mentioned the great Cuban fighters, you got to mention Kid Chocolate. Yep. So Shacky, yeah, he's a good technique. He was trying to get that rematch with the winner of Navarrete and Valdez, but I haven't heard anything about it. But he wanted the winner. He was at the fight, remember? But I haven't heard anything about that. Next, Brian Mitchell. He has the longest reign at 130, still holds that title. 12 defenses. Brian Mitchell, South African fighter. Now, Brian Mitchell lost his 7th fight of his career, right? And after that, he never lost again. Never lost again. Now, he never fought Azuma Nelson, but he was the ultimate good warrior, ultimate road warrior, right? He won the title by stopping Alfredo Lane. He would then add the scalp of future titleist Daniel Launders in 1987, right? And he closed his title reign with 3 great performances: a decision over an undefeated Frankie Mitchell. Then he had a unification fight with Tony Lopez at Arco Arena in Sacramento, California, which of course, that was Lopez's hometown, right? And the fight was a draw. And a lot of people said Lopez got hometown cooking. A lot of people thought Mitchell won it, you know. After being stripped of his WBA crown, Mitchell entered the immediate rematch against Lopez again. And he turned in what would be his last great performance, leaving Arco with a unanimous decision over Lopez. He beat him so bad that time that they couldn't give him the home cooking. It was dominated. Define Arnie 1. What's up, Define Arnie 1? How are you today? The junior lightweight / super featherweight division, depending on what sanctioning body you're talking about. Now, I don't know which calls it which, but that's how they distinguish what they're going to call it by the sanctioning bodies. Next, the great Julio Cesar Chavez. Okay, there he is. Look at Junior. Junior right there emulating his father and became a boxer himself. I think Junior had a minor title. Yeah. Melanin Queen 27 in the building. What's up, Melanin Queen? How are you today? Still early in the week of this boxing history. Got 3 good shows coming up for you. Friday is going to be the Hitman, not Hearns. We did him. The Hitman Ricky Hatton, the second Hitman. One of the most popular UK fighters. They traveled everywhere with him. Julio Cesar Chavez, JCC. Definitely one of the greats at 130. Now, Chavez was not dominant at 130, okay, as he was in the other divisions. His wins over Rocky Lockridge and Juan Laporte were iffy at best. And at worst, he lost both of them, right? Now, his reign started well with a title win over the durable Mario Martinez, followed by a devastating 2-round knockout of Roger Mayweather. He then moved up in weight, and the rest, as they say, is history. That's why I say 130, he wasn't that dominant. Didn't stay there that long. But he deserves mentioning because he beat some great names down there at 130. JCC did, you know. That was when he was building that, 90-something winning streak before he lost. Yeah, never got beat there. Okay. Flash Alaude on the right, arguably the greatest Filipino fighter of all time, along with Manny. Flash Alaude, Pancho Villa. Yeah, Manny wasn't the only great one to come out the Philippines. Might not be number one. Flash Alaude. Now, Flash was one of the greatest Filipinos ever to lace up the gloves. Alaude had quick fists and could take a punch, had a good chin too. Now, as a junior lightweight, he contested 7 fights, splitting with the great Sandy Sadler, stopping Harold Gomes twice. To win, he took the title from Harold Gomes and then he successfully defended it against Gomes, stopped him both times. And he outpointed Rene Barrientos in a non-title fight. Then he lost his title to Yoshiaki Numata in a rematch. He beat Numata the first time, then in the rematch he lost it. Okay. Azuma Nelson. Another great 130 pounder. There's Azuma. Had that great fight with Salvador Sanchez. Salvador stopped him in the 15th round. That was a classic there. You want to say a good one, Salvador Sanchez. But that was at featherweight, though. But yeah, and Azuma, that was a great fight. Azuma Nelson. Nelson burst on the scene in 1982, giving the great Salvador Sanchez all he could handle. A couple of years later, he moved up to 130, and Salvador was at 126. Salvador never made 130 because he had that accident, remember, when he was 23 years old. But he would have went through all these divisions and I could think of some matchups. He would have had Alexis Arguello, Julio Cesar Chavez, Roger Mayweather. Salvador didn't get to fight any of them, but he would have been right in the thick of all of them if he would have lived, you know. Never got past 126, though. Now, what we talked about is Azuma Nelson. Yeah, after he lost to Salvador Sanchez, a couple years later, he moved up to 130 to fight Mario Martinez for the title that the great Julio Cesar Chavez had just vacated, right? Now, Nelson would go on Nelson won that title after Chavez vacated, and he would go on to reign for the next 6 years at 130. 6-year reign, beating Martinez in the rematch. He also defeated one of the more underrated fighters of the 1980s, Juan Laporte. Yeah, Laporte don't get the due he deserves down there, man. No, Juan Laporte, right? Great Puerto Rican fighter. One of my top 10 Puerto Ricans of all time, Juan Laporte. And he defeated one of the more another underrated fighter of the 1980s, Jeff Fenech. Well, he had a draw against Jeff, Australian fighter. That was on the undercard of Mike Tyson, Razor Ruddock, Azuma Nelson, and Jeff Fenech. Yep, on that undercard. Mike Tyson, Razor Ruddock rematch. But Azuma went to Australia to give Fenech a rematch. And he turned in one of the finest performances of his career. He stopped Fenech in his home country of Australia. He then beat future champion Gabe Ruelas before fighting a draw against Jesse James Legion, which would lead to a classic 4-fight series between them with Legion. Yep. Then, got to mention Manny. Manny came through all of those. Remember, Manny went through 8 of them. Manny Pacquiao. Talking about 130, yeah. Manny was in top 10 in a bunch of them. Okay, bunch of weight classes. They're only 8 division champion. But Amanda of Toronto has 7, and she's still active. So watch out, Manny Pacquiao. Now, the Pac-Man's first fight at 130 was a close decision loss to Erik Morales. But he avenged that loss to Morales twice. They had one of those classic trilogies, remember? And he also beat Juan Manuel Marquez and Marco Antonio Barrera at 130 before moving up. Yeah, he was a Mexican killer. 3 big ones at 130. Erik Morales, Juan Manuel Marquez, and Marco Antonio Barrera. The Pac-Man. Number 2, all time at 130. I picked Pretty Boy. He was Pretty Boy then, right? Floyd. Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather. Now, Mayweather dominated the 130-pound division. He breezed through his early competition en route to stopping Genaro Hernandez in only his 18th professional fight, right? And he followed that up with a 2-round destruction of the game and tough Angel Manfredi. That was Manfredi's last fight, remember? And after Manfredi, he kept racking up wins, even with contract disputes and family issues galore. Remember, we was talking about all those legal issues he had around that time. Yeah, had a bunch of them. In 2001, Floyd Mayweather turned in what might have been his finest performance of his professional career. His opponent was the late Diego Corrales, undefeated at the time, and the heavy-handed Diego Corrales. Mayweather was never better at any point in his career than that night, right? He made Corrales look extremely ordinary. And Corrales was a great champion, undefeated at that time, remember? Came into that fight undefeated, and Floyd made him look ordinary. And the top, anyway, I think it's the top junior lightweight 130-pounder of all time. The explosive thin man, Alexis Arguello. Also one of the great nicknames, the explosive thin man. Now, the explosive thin man was dominant at 130, and very few saw the final belt against him. Man, just think that is a great fantasy fight, him and Floyd Mayweather. Wow, I got to do that one. Now, Alexis, many of them didn't make the final belt. Alfredo Escalera, twin 13th round stoppages in Classic. The first one, he won the WBA against Escalera after a strong title run at featherweight, right? Now, Bazooka Limon, gone in 11 rounds. Bobby Chacon, gone in 7. Rolando Navarrete, gone in 5. Cornelius Boza Edwards, he made it to the 8th round. And Alexis also beat undefeated and tough Ruben Castillo. It was not only the fact that he beat some very good competition at 130, it was how he beat them, which was devastating. None of them saw the final bell, okay? Now let's go to the active guys, okay? Top 10 active fighters. Fighting right now as we speak at junior lightweight, okay? At number 1, just fought a few weeks ago, Emmanuel Navarrete, number 1. Emmanuel currently is 39 wins, 2 losses, 32 knockouts for an 82% knockout rate. Not bad at all. 82% for Emmanuel, okay? That's not bad. Now, Navarrete is a Mexican professional boxer and 3-division world champion. He held the WBO junior featherweight title from 2018 to 2020. He had the WBO featherweight title from 2020 to 2023. And he's the current WBO junior lightweight champion. And he's held that title since February 2023. Current WBO champion there. In May of 2024, Ukrainian boxer Dennis Berinchek defeated Navarrete by split decision to win the vacant WBO lightweight world title. He was going for his fourth title there, but he fell a little short. Remember that one? We all saw that. As of December 2023, Navarrete is ranked as the world's #1 active super featherweight by ESPN, BoxRec, and the Transnational Boxing Research Board, the TBRB, and Cast Sports, the Boxtorian. That's a huge one there, Cast Sports, the Boxtorian. And Navarrete is from Estado de Mexico, Mexico. Yeah, ESPN, BoxRec, TBRB, they all usually follow the lead of Cast Sports, So, number 2. Okay. Number 2 at active fighters at junior lightweight, Anthony Kakase. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. Irish fighter. Currently, Kakase has 23 wins, 1 loss with 8 knockouts. He's the current IBF champion at junior lightweight. Anthony Kakase, current IBF titleist in that division. Now, Kakase is the first Irish super featherweight world champion. First one at super featherweight. He has held the IBO super featherweight title since 2022. And the IBF version of the division's title, defeating 2-time world champion Joe Cordina in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia in May 2024. Now, his win over Cordina was a shock to many, as he was considered a huge underdog in that fight. Remember that one? Yeah, that's something. Well, last spring, that was a big one. That was that on the Fury Usyk first fight? I think it might have been one of those big ones over there in Riyadh season. Big upset when he beat Cordina. Now, Kakase made his professional debut in 2012, and he's from Belfast, Northern Ireland. He is also known as the Apache. Number 2, Anthony Kakase. Ray Patterson, straight out of New Jersey. What's up, RP? We got the junior lightweight division today, RP. Salute. Good to see you, bro. Okay. Looking at the top 10 active fighters in the division, fighting right now. Number 3 is O'Shaquie. There he is, Technique. O'Shaquie Foster. On the right, ranked number 3. O'Shaquie is currently 23 wins, 3 losses, 12 knockouts for Shaq. And he's trying to fight the winner of Navarrete and Valdez, which was Navarrete, but I haven't heard anything about it. Remember, Shaq was there watching. Now, Foster is the current WBC super featherweight champion. Yeah, I think the WBC goes by super featherweight. A title he's held since November 2024. Did he just get it? I think O'Shaquie had it before November, didn't he? Oh, well, he just won it back. He had it before then, but he lost it to Conceição. He won it back in November. Yeah, I thought he had it before then, right? He won it back in November, won the rematch, right? Had lost it briefly. Now, he previously held that same title from 2023 to July 2024. Yeah, he won it in 2023. Lost it to Conceição in July of last year. Then he won it back in November. Now, Shaq won his first world title in February 2023 with a unanimous decision over Ray Vargas, the then WBO champion, right? I mean, the then WBC champion. That's who he won it from, Ray. Now, he defended his title in October 2023 with a 12th round TKO against Eduardo Hernandez, and he needed that. They was getting ready to stick it to Shaq, but he got that 12th round TKO. He needed that too. I don't even know why he went way down in Mexico, and he almost got robbed. Now, Shaq is managed by Keith Mills of Boxing Advisors LLC. He turned professional in 2012. Foster is 31 years old, and he's from Orange, Texas. O'Shaquie comes in ranked number 4. Okay? No, 3. O'Shaquie is 3. Excuse me. Number 4 is Joe Cordina. right? Just lost his title last year to Case. We just talked about that. Cordina, that's his only loss to, was last year in Riyadh season. He's currently 17 wins to 1 loss with 9 knockouts. Okay, 9 knockouts. Now, what the likes looking like? They're looking okay, I guess. Now, Cordina is a Welsh Maltese boxer and 2-time super featherweight world champion. He turned pro in 2017, and he became Wales' 13th world champion in June 2022 after knocking out after a knockout in June after knocking out Japan's Kaneki Ogawa in the second round. I remember that one. Yeah, he starched Ogawa. Yeah, that was fast. I remember that. And he held the International Boxing Federation title from 2022 until May 2024. We just talked about that loss. Now, Cordina's knockout punch in 2022 was over Kaneki. Wait a minute. Let me back up. Yeah, his knockout over Kaneki in 2022 was described by some as the knockout of the year. Didn't get it, but some people thought it was. As an amateur, Cordina won a bronze medal at the 2014 Commonwealth Games, and he won gold at the 2015 European Championships, both in the lightweight division. He was, and the poundage is different in the amateurs than the professional rank. So he didn't necessarily come back down because, amateurs are different. So lightweight and super featherweight for the professionals and lightweight for the amateurs are probably the same weights. And Cordina also represented Great Britain at the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, but he did not medal. And he's from Cardiff, Wales. Joe Cordina. Okay. Number 5, Robson Conceição. There's Robson, right? Currently has a record of 19 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 9 knockouts. And I think 2 of those losses should have asterisk by. I thought he beat Valdez and Navarrete. Valdez got the nod over him, controversial win. Shouldn't even have been in it because he tested positive for his A and B samples. They still let Valdez fight. Then he got beat, and they cheated for him. Mauricio Tarver. It wasn't PEDs. It was the sweet tea. But his only 2 losses really. His only 2. He has 4 losses. Excuse me. Only 2 losses he really should have is Shakur and O'Shaki. Should have 5, but I thought O'Shaki beat him twice. But anyway, 19-4. 9 knockouts for Robson. Now, Conceição is a Brazilian professional fighter who has held the WBC super featherweight title from July 2024 before he lost it back to O'Shaki in November 2024. Now, as an amateur, he became the first Brazilian boxer to win an Olympic gold medal at the 2016 Olympics in his home country at the Rio de Janeiro Games, right? And Conceição is from Salvador, Bahia, Brazil. And he's 36 years old. Getting a little long in the tooth, right? But he's still not bad. Mike Mazik been in the building. Salute Mike Mazik. Yeah. Conceição is currently 36 years old. Okay, where are we? Conceição was number 5. We're at number 6. Working our way through the current guys. Oh, Lord, I just got the thing out of order, man. Number 6 is Lamont Roach. Let's see if I can find Lamont. Man, guys. Yeah, let me see if I can find Lamont. Okay, bear with me for a minute. I got it out of order. I just did it. It shifted upward. We all know what Lamont looked like, though. It looks like Lamont right there. Is that Lamont? Yeah, that's him. Lamont Roach at number 6. He's currently 25 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw with 10 knockouts. Okay. Now, Roach is currently the WBA super featherweight title champion, right? A title he's held since 2023. He took it from Hector Garcia in a brilliant performance. But a lot of people say Hector was gun shy. Hector was coming off of that Tank knockout. We were sitting in his corner. Tank hit him so hard the man couldn't even see. So you can understand this next fight being a little gun shy, you know. But anyway, Roach is known for his dedication and skill. And his journey from Washington, D.C. to professional boxing champion, right? And Roach is considered an example of resilience and family values. he got a big one coming up to March 1st against Tank. Okay? But considered an example of resilience and family values. Now, before turning professional, Roach was a decorated amateur, winning gold medals at the 2013 National Golden Gloves and USA Boxing Youth National Championships. And he made his professional debut the following year, shortly after signing with Golden Boy Promotions, while studying at the University of Maryland. Is he still with Golden Boy? And he went undefeated in his first 20 fights, 19 wins, 1 draw, collecting 3 minor belts before he unsuccessfully challenged Jamal Herring for his WBO super featherweight title in 2019. Roach is 29 years old, and he's from Washington, D.C. Lamont Roach. Okay. Next is Oscar Valdez. I'm out of order. There's Oscar right there. Yeah, Oscar Valdez is ranked number 7 currently. Oscar has 32 wins, 3 losses, 24 knockouts, 75% knockout rate. That's not too bad, 75%. Now, Valdez is a former 2-weight world champion. He held the WBO featherweight title from 2016 to 2019, had a 3-year reign at featherweight, and the WBC super featherweight title from 2021 to 2022, losing that to Shakur. Had a brilliant knockout over Burchell, remember? Now, Valdez is the first Mexican boxer to compete in 2 Olympic Games, participating in Beijing in 2008 and London in 2012. I don't believe he medaled in either, but he was the first Mexican fighter to participate in 2 games, 2 Olympics. He lives in Tucson, Arizona, which he considers his second home. And Valdez is known for his aggressive fighting style, punching power, and combination punching. He holds a 75% knockout to win percentage. And Valdez is originally from Nogales, Sonora, Mexico. Now lives in Arizona, right? Tucson, Arizona. Oscar Valdez. Rank number 8. Yeah, Hector made it. I'm back in order. Lamont was the only one out of order. Hector Garcia is number 8. There's Hector. Hector Luis Garcia currently has 16 wins, 2 losses, 10 knockouts. Now, Garcia is a Dominican professional boxer who held the WBA super featherweight title from 2022 until November 2023. In November 2022, the Ring Magazine ranked Garcia the 2nd best active super featherweight, right? 2022. He lost his title to Lamont Roach by a split decision on the undercard of the David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade fight in Las Vegas. Roach dropped Garcia in the 12th round, winning with scores of 116-111, 114-113, and Hector had 114-113. Good fight. In 2022, Ring Magazine had Hector. Oh, we're talking about Hector now, right? Yeah, Hector lost to Roach. I was back on Roach for some reason. But anyway, yeah, Roach beat Hector 16, 111, 114, 113. One judge gave it to Hector 114, 113. In 2022, Ring Magazine had Hector Garcia as the world's best active super featherweight. He was number 1 by Ring in 2022. Yep, best in the world. And Hector competed at the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, in the men's bantamweight division, right? And he was eliminated in the round of 32, so it didn't matter. He made his professional debut in 2016, and Garcia is from San Juan de la Maguana, Dominican Republic. Okay, 2 more. Ooh-wee. This is a rough one here. Shavkat Rakhimov. I don't think that's Shavkat Rakhimov. That ain't bad at all. I've aced that. Shavkat Rakhimov. Check it out. I aced that name. That is good for Cass Sports. Shavkat, yeah, that's the guy's name. Watch, see? I got that right. Shavkat. Rakhimov. Ain't that right? Shavkat Rakhimov. Okay. Now he's currently 17 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 14 knockouts. 82.3% knockout rate for Rakhimov. Now Rakhimov is a Tajikistani professional boxer. He had the IBF junior lightweight title from 2022 to 2023, and the IBO, International Boxing Organization, super featherweight title from 2017 to 2019, minor title. Now Rakhimov made his professional boxing debut in 2015 at the age of 21, and his boxing style is aggressive and high work rate. He's known for landing many rapid shots while moving his opponents around the ring. And Rakhimov fights from the southpaw stance. He's from Kurgan Jepa, Katlan province in Tajikistan. And the last one at number 10 is Otar Iranesian, something like that. I gotta grab me one of them hats, man. It look warm. Anybody see one of those hats? Grab it for me. I got you. Okay. That bad boy looks warm, man. Now, I know I butchered his name, but here it is. Iranesian. I got the first name right, Otar. So I call him Otar. Okay. I like that hat Otar wearing. If anybody see one, grab it for me. I got you. Okay. Now he's currently 14-0 with 7 knockouts. Okay, 14-0 with 7 knockouts. Okay. What's that? 50%? Yeah. 7 and 14. I computed it anyway. But 7 is half of 14. Yeah, 50% knockout rate. Okay. Now, Otar is a Georgian professional boxer. Georgian over there near Russia, not Georgia down south here, right? He's of Armenian descent. As an amateur, he won the silver medals at the 2014 European Union Amateur Boxing Championships and the 2015 European Amateur Boxing Championships, okay? And as well as a bronze medal at the 2017 Amateur International Boxing Association World Boxing Championships, the AIBA. And after a very decorated and outstanding amateur career, Otar made his professional debut on August 28th, 2020. He's 30 years old, and he's from the Republic of Georgia. He's also known as Pitbull. His nickname is Pitbull. Okay, let's look at a couple fights real quick. Okay, a couple fights in the junior lightweight division. Most of them are recent. Well, a few years past. You know, haven't been that long. Went by. I don't know what. Oh yeah, that was the chat. I seen the dollar sign, said that ain't me, but I do have my dollar sign back. Trying to get 1,000 subs. I got 878. Got to like 870 and been stuck for months. Okay. Yeah, let's look at a couple fights. Wow, 3:30 off. Well, I started late. That's right. I forgot. I started at 2:30. I didn't even have time to change the start time to 2:30. But I appreciate everybody sticking around waiting for me. Lawyers. Yeah. We're gonna look at a couple fights in this division. Okay. The first one is going to be Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. Y'all remember that one, right? Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. Okay. Now, Shakur Stevenson defeated Oscar Valdez in the junior lightweight fight on May 1st, 2022 at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Stevenson won by unanimous decision with scores 118-109, 118-109, and 117-110. Okay. Pretty widely. That's what most people thought. That's why Oscar Valdez ducked him for so long, because he knew exactly what would happen. Shakur won very widely. And Shakur used his southpaw jab to keep Valdez at range and set up his left hand, with that right jab setting up that left. He dropped Valdez with a left shot to the temple. He landed a 4-punch combination and power shots to the head in round 11. And he hurt Valdez with a left to the midsection in round 10. His win took Valdez's WBC belt and made Stevenson the unified junior lightweight champion. Right, that was his second division, and now he has his third one at lightweight. Well, I don't know what the noise everybody talking about. He's boring and all that. He's been a champion in every division he's been in. So hey, I wouldn't mind being boring if I could say that I've been a champion everywhere I fought at. The object is not to please everybody; is to get that hand raised at the end. And Shakur has not only won the championship in every division he's been in. He's got his hand raised in every fight he's ever been in. So, hey, call me boring. Slick Shakur Stevenson. Okay. Now, Robson Conceição versus O'Shaquie Foster is the next one. Okay. Just looking at some fights in the division. I always go way back. How about looking at some that didn't happen that long ago? Like, now, it was 2 fights. Conceição won the first one, right? I think that was in May of last year. And then a lot of people thought it was a robbery. But, O'Shaquie came back in the rematch and took his WBC super featherweight belt back. He won by 115-113 twice. And Conceição won on 115-113 on one card. Very close fight. Similar to the first one, but O'Shaquie bared down a little bit late in the second fight to pull it out. Yeah. Most people thought he won both of them, but the judges didn't think so. And that's who counts, right? The judges. And they gave it to Robson in the first one. Now, the next one is a Lamont Roach versus Hector Garcia. Now, Lamont Roach defeated Hector Garcia on November 25th, 2023 to win the WBA super featherweight title. The fight was a split decision. I told you the scores a little while ago. 116-111, 114-113 for Roach, 114-113 for Garcia. Now, Roach knocked Garcia down in the 12th round. And the fight was described as technical and strategic. Roach won his second attempt. That was his second attempt at a belt. Lamont Roach over Hector Garcia, split decision. Okay. Now this fight, Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz was I think it was for 2 belts. It was for Davis's 130 and Santa Cruz's 126. Remember that? Yeah, that's how that worked out. And Davis won, I think it was 7th round knockout, vicious uppercut. He had been hitting that uppercut all night, and for some reason, Santa Cruz threw 3 overhead rights back to back to back. You cannot do that against Tank. He has a way of making people look repetitive. But he came out of that one with the win over Santa Cruz. Gervonta Tank Davis. Just a couple fights in the division, that's all. How about Slick Shakur Stevenson versus Jamel Herring? That was a pretty good one. He roughed Jamel up a little bit, but that's how most people thought it would go. Shakur was a little too skillful with Jamel that night, right? Talk about it a little bit. He defeated Jamel Herring in a 10th round TKO, October 23rd, 2021. This fight took place at State Farm Arena, right? And it was part of the Throwdown in A-Town, right? Atlanta, Georgia. The event was called the Throwdown in A-Town. Shakur won the WBO 130-pound championship belt in that fight. Okay, that was his first title at this division, junior featherweight, junior lightweight. Now, Stevenson dominated the fight from the start to finish, landing a jab as early as the 2nd round. Now, Stevenson opened a cut over Herring's right eye in the 9th round. Now, Herring continued to press forward in the 10th round, but the referee stopped the fight at 1:30 of the 10th round. Stevenson outlanded Herring 164 to 87, with 99 of those 164 punches power punches, right? And Stevenson became a 2-weight world champion at the age of 24 years old. And that fight over Jamel was considered Slick Shakur Stevenson's best performance to date in his career at that point. Yeah. That was considered his best performance. And how about Herring versus Frampton? Jamel Herring versus Carl Frampton. I was getting ready to say Peter Frampton, the rock star. Remember him? Old school rock star. Yeah. Jamel Herring versus Carl Frampton. Okay, let's talk about that a little bit. Herring defeated Frampton in a WBO junior lightweight title fight. This fight was in April 2021. And Frampton retired after this fight from boxing. Herring won by TKO in the 6th round. Now, Herring was the larger fighter, standing 5 inches taller than Frampton and having a longer reach over him, too. I don't know exactly what the reach was, but it was significant. Herring controlled the distance and won the fight with a career best performance. Frampton was stopped after hitting the canvas in the 5th and 6th rounds, went down both times and he stopped it in the 6th. And Frampton announced his retirement after the fight. Yup. Jamel over Carl Frampton. And finally, the one we talked about a little while ago, Valdez versus Conceicao, the sweet tea fight, remember? Valdez failed his A and B samples. They still let him fight. And then I thought he got beat, but they still gave it to him. This was September 11th, 2021. Now, Conceicao was doing good, but Valdez did rally down the stretch after a slow start and beat Rawson Conceicao by unanimous decision to retain his 130-pound title. Yep. Oscar Valdez. Okay, let's put the link in and talk about some, see if anybody in the chat want to come up and talk some boxing or football. Oh, we got a big one Saturday, man. The Ravens and the Bills. This could be the best game of the entire playoffs. Now the Ravens beat the Bills 35-10 earlier in the season, but like I was saying yesterday, that was an entirely different Bills team that they playing this time, and it's in Buffalo. And this weekend, I think the home teams won 5 out of the 6 games, didn't they? So yeah, home court advantage in football. Yeah, it really means a lot because the crowd is screaming their lungs out when the visitors got the ball, but you could hear a pin drop in there when the home team got it. That really affects you, that 12th man. Yeah. So yeah, 5 out of 6 went to the home team this weekend. So we're gonna see what happens next weekend. I know it's the Ravens at the Bills and the Texans at the Chiefs. I think it's the Redskins at the Lions and the who's other two? The Rams and the Eagles. I think that's how it goes. Down to the Elite Eight in each conference and the Sweet 16 of the NFL playoffs. Right? Next week we'll be down to the nope. Next week will be the Elite Eight, then it'll be the Final Four before you get ready for the Super Bowl. Okay. I think it's going to go through Kansas City again. Well, the game, I think the game is in New Orleans this year, right? The Super Bowl. I believe it is. I'm trying to put the link in as I'm talking. But tomorrow is a good one. We got the best heavyweights from each decade and the best heavyweight fights from each decade tomorrow, Wednesday. And then Thursday, boxing in the States is North Carolina. And Friday is the life and career of the Hitman. Not Hitman Hearns, Hitman Hatton. Ricky Hatton. Very popular UK fighter. They definitely followed him and traveled with him everywhere he went, man. They loved it. Sweet Caroline, oh. Did they start that with him? I know he's thinking that all the fights over there now, but I think it might have been Ricky Hatton that when they started using that. But yeah, let me get this link in here in case you might want to come up and chop it up or down. Copy. Right? Copy the bed. Yeah, I want one of those hats though, man. I told you, anybody see one, grab it for me. I'll show it to you. It looks warm. I could have used it today out there. I was doing my walk. I froze. Let's see. Make sure everything is right. But how's everybody? It's Tuesday. It's still early in the week, remember? Still got 3 big days of boxing history. Just do boxing at 4. Yeah, this is the head I'm talking about right here. There it is. So any of y'all see that, grab it for me. I got you. Right there. That's a bad derby there, ain't it? That wants me one. I want mine like blue or darker color. I don't want white. I want if they make them in dark colors. He's from the Republic of Georgia over there. It gets cold up there. Sub-zero temperature. He's over there near Russia. Republic of Georgia. Yeah. But don't forget, you see it, grab me one. I got you. Okay. But yeah, hope everybody enjoyed the lightweight division. Junior lightweight. Next week will be featherweight. We're going on down. Started at heavyweight, working our way through the divisions. We're going to talk about featherweight next week. You know, at the top will probably be Willie Pep or Salvador Sanchez. Salvador Sanchez is just amazing, though, man. He just went to 23 years old and still arguably the top featherweight of all time and arguably the top Mexican boxer of all time. Al Booger, what's happening? Yeah, fur coat to go with that Al Booger. But I want my hat in a darker color. If you can find it in like blue or black or something, gray. Yeah. White gets dirty too fast, you know. Mhm. Yeah, that's Otar. His name is in there. That's him, Otar, Eranosyn. But salute, Al Booker. How are you today? Salute. Oh, you saw your neighbor with one like that? Oh, right. I thought you had to go over there to the Republic of Georgia and get one. What color was it, Al Booker? Probably white. Yeah. Break that link again. Make sure it's right. But yeah, we still got Just New Boxing coming up at 4. We got a good show, BBO Boxing TV at 8. Yeah, Be Free, Prize Fighter, Crust the Legend, Thomas Hill. Haven't seen Thomas Hill today. He's probably around somewhere, I guess. We got the Nations Fight Week for Benavidez and Morrell on us already because, medium brown, all right. I would take that, I guess. So that means they got them in different colors, so that's good. Yeah, we're right up on it because it's February 1st, so we don't have to wait. As the minute February hits, they in the ring. I think I got Benavidez. I pinned the link in there. Yeah, there it is. I'm making sure it's right again. That's right. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh man. Don't hit that. Okay. Okay. Come on, man. Get out of the way. I can't get the thing to work. Yeah. There we go. Pardon me. I gotta be quiet for a minute. Stay with me for one moment, please. Y'all know me. Know who you're dealing with. I told you I like technology, but it doesn't like me. Okay? I see exactly what I did. As long as I've been doing this, I still have trouble with links. There we go. There we go. Thomas Hill was in there. He would have told me a long time ago. Bad link. There we go. Good link. Sorry. Okay, now we're ready. I didn't mean I hit my own link. Wow. Okay, now it's pinned. The correct link is pinned in the chat. Al Booker is leaning toward Morrell, but now you think Benavidez gonna put it on Morrell. Oh, you think he's gonna beat him bad, Al Booker? Oh no. I'm big on experience, looking at that fight we had last week too, I mean, talent can take you a long ways, but nothing replaces experience, man. Nothing. But it's going to be a good, entertaining fight. I'm glad we're getting it. It's one of the ones that we want, It is definitely one of the fights that we want. So, and then we got that big rematch too. Um, just a few weeks after this one, you got the Beterbiev and Bivol. Okay, there we go. That should be a good one. I don't think. I don't know. I think it'll be a decision again. A lot of people were saying knockout last time, and then I was saying the distance, and now they're calling for the knockout again. I think Bivol will be able to stand in there for 12 rounds again, and he got to do more down the stretch, you know. But all that was coming from Beterbiev, Bivol just got a little bit hesitant in the championship rounds, and it cost him. But he got to let it go. If Beterbiev catches him, he just catches him. You just can't get too hesitant, man, because that's what cost him last time. But you can't blame him, because you see, Beterbiev was hitting him on the gloves, and he was smacking himself in the face. That man just powerful. But will Beterbiev be 40 by the time they fight? I don't know when I know he turns 40 sometime this year. I don't know the exact date, but yeah, it's sometime this year. What you think, gonna put hands on him, Al Booker? We ain't got long. And Monster and Sam Goodman was supposed to be next week, but I think Goodman got hurt or something. Yep. I haven't heard anything about a replacement yet. Anybody heard anything about a replacement for Goodman? Yet I haven't. So that got pushed. I don't know if it's canceled or postponed or what. I haven't heard too much about it. But yeah, we got a very good show tomorrow. It's the best heavyweights from every decade and the best heavyweight fights from every decade. We're going to look at them one by one and go over them and see what happens. We got Crawford and Canelo on Cinco de Mayo. I got Canelo in that one. Yeah. I think Canelo can stop him, but he won't. Canelo he carried Munguia for 12 rounds. He carried the other guy, Berlanga. Canelo just puts him on the mat, shows you he can do it, then he just lets him last. And, comes out with the win. Now, if Bud goes up there and does that, then he's an all-time great. Okay. What was that define on anyone? He says, oh, they got a replacement in there? Man. Whew. Is it still next week? Man, you're going to take a short notification like that for the Monster? I didn't think they were going to get a replacement, but hey. That's Korean. Okay. Okay. Wow. That might get ugly real fast. Because it's still, I know it was scheduled for the 24th, which is next week. That will be interesting. Fighting the Monster on short notice. And then, boxing in the States is North Carolina. Little history. The boxers from North Carolina. Now, we did Sugar Ray Leonard from Maryland, but he was born in North Carolina. So when we get to the boxers from North Carolina, Sugar Ray might be involved in that too. Yeah. We winding down on that, though. We to the end. Still got a ways to go, though. Told y'all last year we'd be into 2025 before that's over with. So, yeah. And now we are winding down to Just Do Box at 4 o'clock today. Kensaw Loved One. Salute. How are you, Kensaw Loved One? We looked at the junior lightweight division today. Next week it will be featherweight, 126. Salvador Sanchez, Willie Pep, Sandy Sadler, those guys. And some of these same guys we had at junior lightweight, super featherweight, you know. Manny will probably make it again. Jarrell Hattie. Salute, Jarrell. How are you today? Somehow I knew when I seen Kensaw Loved One, Jarrell was not far behind. But salute, Kensaw Loved One and Jarrell Hattie in the building. How are y'all today? It's So you and Kim. So what do y'all say? He's the one. He's fighting Monster. He's the replacement to fight Monster, or what? Because man, that'd be interesting. Because that's supposed to be next week, and you taking on the Monster on a week's notice. Wow. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. You know. Hard enough going up against the Monster with a full training camp, but a week? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, same to you, Jarrell. We're in the new year, 2024. The first big fight is just weeks away, February 1st. That is going to be, I think Morrell needs to come out of the gate, you know, because Benavidez is a slow starter, so Morrell got to come out there and jump right on it. I think the longer it goes, the more it favors Benavidez. That's just what I think, you know. The longer it goes, the more it favors Benavidez. Now Morrell, he's capable of hurting him now. I don't think he isn't. Like I was just saying, I'm big on experience, man. And you know, what does he have? 11 fights. That's what the guy had last week against Apatai. 11 fights, and that ended badly. The referee didn't get there in time. When he draped that arm over the rope, he was done. And they instantly saw they came charging in the ring. Got to stop rushing these prospects. Sure, they're supposed to call out the champions. That's what fighters do, but that don't mean you got to put them in there with them. That's what I say. Stop rushing these prospects. But I appreciate everybody that came through today for the junior lightweight show. We got Just Do Boxing next. And Just Do is going to be talking about Tank and Bud trade words. And Shakur said, we don't know how good Tank is. And Victor Conte calls out Ryan Garcia. All that coming up next on Just Do Boxing. Sounds like another Fire Bill coming up. Yeah, that was something, wasn't it, AB? Yeah. And he was a replacement. You know. Obese. Okay. That was a brutal knockout. Yeah. But I appreciate everybody in the building today. Jarrell Hattie, Kensaw Loved One, Al Booger, Ray Patterson, Melanin Queen 27, Define Arnie 1, Technique, Mike Rim, Just Do Boxing, Crush the Legend, Mike Mazik, Miss Cass. Tomorrow, the best heavyweight fighters from each decade, from 1880 up to the 2000s, up to now, really. And then some of the best heavyweight fights from each decade. We're going to look at them one by one and analyze them, pick them apart. You know how we do it over here on Cass Sports. Boxing history, 2 to 4 every day. Well, 2:30 to 4 today. Sorry about that. Hectic morning, but 2 tomorrow. If it's Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., it's the Boxtorian bringing you all that boxing history. Just Do Boxing is straight ahead. This is Cass Sports. Everybody have a great afternoon. And I will see y'all around those JBT streets. What happened? Everybody have a good one.